Oh, Anu, good to have you here.
Likewise. I was going to ask actually, is this a video one as well?
Can you please increase your volume? I'm not hearing you properly.
Right, okay, let me double
Okay.
check.
Okay.
There we go. And my AirPods. I think that should work.
Yeah, it's better now.
Yeah,
And
excellent. Thank
seriously,
you.
before we start up this, are you a mother?
Yes, I am. Yes, I have a 4-year-old and 8-year-old.
And you're looking this young and beautiful? Like, really? How do you
Oh,
do this?
I'm not. That's what I was going to ask because is this video because my hair's so greasy?
No, 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 really, really, really. Not, it's not. I'm just being
Not
real
video.
here. I'm just being real here.
Greasy.
I wonder how you'll be
Oh.
when you were 21.
Oh, wow. Oh no. Do you know what? I was actually much bigger at 21. I'm actually in my best shape and I'm looking the best now and I'm 46. Like, what the heck?
Woo!
And
Wow.
yeah, but but
Seriously.
uh, but yeah, but I actually believe it. It's healing. Like I feel like when you healed and when you've gained self-love,
Yeah.
then it takes years off you and you
Mm,
don't carry the heaviness anymore and
mm.
you just look and feel younger.
Really, really, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I know my audience have a lot to learn from you today. Seriously, I've been waiting,
Bless you.
I've been waiting to see what this is really all about. And I know it's gonna be, mind blowing, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, but you look fabulous as well. You're so happy and yeah. Full of
Wow.
energy. I love it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anu. Anu, are you from? Where are you from? Before we start really talking about the whole thing, can we know a little bit about Anu? Anu, is
Oh
it?
yeah.
It looks like Indian to me. Is it?
It is, yeah, but obviously Anu is also a Nigerian name, isn't it?
Yes. Are
Yeah.
you a Nigerian?
No, I'm actually Indian. Yeah. I'm Indian, but I was born in the UK. So
Okay.
yeah, so I think that's why yeah, there's a bit of confusion because my accent's so British as well.
All right. Okay. Hello, everyone. You're welcome to another episode of Mom Ziba Talks Daily Podcast, where we're going to be having an honest conversation. We always do this here. And today with me, I have Anu VERMA, and we're going to be talking about a very, very important, crucial topic that I know every woman needs to be part of. And this topic is healing while mothering, breaking generational cycles, and learning to fill your own cup. So she's going to be breaking this down for us. It's going to be an interactive segment. It's not something just based on scripts. It's going to be something that she's going to, take us with her journey she has been through. And I tell you what, experience most times is the best teacher. And then I promise that this episode is going to be a mind-blowing one. Thank you for joining us. If this is your first time of joining Momziba Talks Daily Podcast, please do click to become a follower or a subscriber. Also, share this episode with another mother, another person, a father, anybody could actually learn from this episode. All right, thank you so much. Let's dive right into it. Anna, you're welcome to today's episode with Mom Ziba.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on, and what a beautiful introduction. And I just love your energy. You're such a great
Woo!
host.
I'm flowing with yours already. I know this episode is gonna be, it's gonna be very, very beautiful because there's something that
Mm.
energy commands. Energy commands bonding. Energy builds
Mm.
aura that it's things can actually grow in it. So I really love your own
Yeah,
energy too, and I know we're gonna be doing a lot
thank you.
together. All right, so I know
Mhm.
before we go straight into a lot of questions, but it's promising to be one step at a time. It's
Mm.
not too much tedious, but just basically questions I gathered from what people normally pass through, especially women. Okay, so they are just little here and there. Okay, but first off, I want them to really understand who Anu is, what Anu
Mm,
does, okay, this is going to bring them to the platform of, okay, here we are, so we can actually flow together. Is that okay?
beautiful. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I
Hi,
said, let's do this.
everybody. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, so my name's Anu, and I am born and raised in the UK, in the Midlands of the UK. And I live in a house with my two children who are 4 and 8. So my daughter is 4 and my son is 8. And I actually got divorced back in 2020. And that was because I started to heal and I started to regain my self-worth and started to understand just
Mm.
who I really was. And I realized that I got married under this whole identity who wasn't even me. It was this woman who believed that she had to fit into society,
Yeah.
get married, have the
Mm,
kids,
mm,
get the house.
mm.
And I was so depressed in it because he wasn't the right man for me. Like
Okay.
we're just so incompatible. And I only realized that because I
Yeah.
started to heal deep unresolved wounds from childhood because I was sexually abused as a child.
Okay.
And yeah, as a consequence, I did struggle with complex
Okay.
PTSD as well. And
Okay.
because of that, I was drawing in partners into my life who just abused me even more. So it was all
Mm,
toxic, very
mm,
toxic
mm,
relationships.
mm.
And so I was just stuck in this trauma cycle. And the feelings of low self worth and low self love, they just infiltrated my whole life. And I was very depressed. I struggled a lot with anxiety.
Okay.
And yeah, it was just a real sad way of living where I just wanted to end my life. Like that's how I thought my life was just going to end, with me just dying, because I didn't understand what true fulfillment or happiness even would
Hmm.
feel like.
Hmm.
But I'm so grateful that when I was about 32, 33, I started to seek help through spiritual healing and personal
Okay.
development coaches.
Okay.
And then it was just then that I was able to turn my life around. Finally, I started to understand why I was so troubled. And it was because of the abuse that I suffered from the age of 3.
Okay.
And that's why now my work is all around educating people of the impacts of trauma and the patterns that trauma actually create in our lives, and to identify these patterns
Okay.
and so that we can heal from it and
Okay.
live
Yeah,
a
that's
more fulfilling
beautiful.
life.
Beautiful, beautiful, Anna, really beautiful.
Thank you.
Coming from the journey you've been through, I must recommend that it's it's a plus for you, I tell you, because not
Mhm.
everybody passes through same story and journal lines and are able to sit beautifully with the whole
Mm.
intent to impact other people for
Yeah.
free, for free.
Mm.
Okay, because some
Mm.
people attach it with a particular price. I want to do this. So it boils
Yeah.
down to your personality. You are a beautiful person. You are a
Mm.
beautiful soul. And everyone listening to this right now, I want you to understand that this personality talking with you today, all right, it's not doing this because it's a script, it's a podcast, it's an episode, or it's a
Mm.
platform, but it's doing it genuinely, all right, from a point of understanding of love. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So
Mm.
let's do this together. I know we are doing so well. For instance, when we are talking about healing from, and when we are talking about healing while mothering, being a mother,
Mm.
healing, what can you say about that? Literally, Mom Ziba Talks Daily podcast is open to covers about 12 to 13 countries, okay, and
Mm.
definitely we have a lot of people who might not understand. We have single ladies watching this right now. We have men, we have people who basically have not been through a lot of trauma, been through a lot of things. And
Mm.
what does healing while mothering, how can it look like? How can it look like?
Mm. Wow, yeah. The thing is, trauma and unresolved wounds can come up in our day-to-day living, and especially as moms and parents in general, I just
Okay.
feel like I just feel like kids can bring out the worst of us because of, the fact that they're the ones that can make us very anxious. They can make us very angry, very sad, because ultimately we're their role models. We're there to raise them and to teach them a good way to live. And so it can be very frustrating for us if obviously they don't listen to us, or if they're not doing what we want them to. And so, as when we're parenting, it can bring up a lot of the old experiences to the surface, and it can trigger us. So, triggers are a real good signs that we have stuff within us that still needs to heal.
Okay.
And so, what that looks like is, for example, just shouting at our children,
Okay.
like,
Okay.
yeah. So, just getting really angry at our children,
Okay.
that could be caused by a trigger. And I know
Okay.
that with a lot of parents, because we're working,
Okay.
we have a lot of stresses in life. We're trying to
Mm-hmm.
run a house,
Mm-hmm.
we have bills to pay. That the littlest thing can trigger us because we're burnt out, we're tired, we're exhausted. And so it's about just being aware of when triggers can surface,
Okay.
being aware of your emotions,
Being
and
aware.
not just being stuck on autopilot, because a lot of us are, we go through our whole days just on autopilot where we're not even conscious about what we're doing because
Okay.
we're doing the same thing every day.
Okay.
So consciousness is the opposite of that. It's about when you are present, when you understand what's going on around you, and when you can be aware of your feelings and your thoughts and emotions.
Okay.
And so, yeah, so when you think about triggers, then they can be less about what your child is doing and more about uh, what their behavior activates in you. So if your child is not listening to you,
Yeah.
just ask yourself, well, why am I getting angry? Because he's not listening to me.
Yeah.
He's a child. It's
Mm-hmm.
up to me to teach him to
Mm.
listen to me. So if he's not, then what is it bringing up in me? Is it because I didn't feel seen and heard as a child myself?
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, I
mm.
got you. Yeah, yeah, triggers.
So,
Try to get the awareness first, then try to, diagnose, performing a self-diagnosis, with your emotions while you're reacting like this
mm,
at this particular time. Should it be because you suffered these when you were a child, and if you are
mm.
able to identify that, there is a headway, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. I just, yeah, becoming aware of just this distinction can actually change how we respond to the child. And
Okay.
it is about taking a step back. And I know that's hard to do because
Mm.
especially when we're tired, our nervous system gets dysregulated and we're in this state of fight, flight, and freeze response. It is a trauma response. And so it's about actually just taking a step back and pausing before you react. And
Okay.
that's not easy to do, but for
No,
any of
definitely
us.
not. Especially when you have children who are very, very active and they are like spontaneous at the same time, and
Yeah.
you are already clouded. Maybe at that particular time you are stressed out. So really taking a
Mm,
pause isn't the first choice at that time. You just want to have everything
mm,
settled at the same time so you can get yourself in one piece. So definitely it's not
exactly.
easy for every mother listening to this right now. There is
Mm,
a importance that you try to get yourself under control no matter how the situation is at a particular time. Bring yourself to a pause and then go through self-diagnosis, and then you can see that altogether you are getting to a place, okay, that is not
mm,
dramatic or destructive for your family, your
yeah.
children, parenting. Thank you so much. Okay, so I have another beautiful question here. Someone that says, what does breaking a generational cycle really look like in everyday motherhood?
Wow. Yeah. So a lot of us, the way that we are parenting our children is
Okay.
that we're copying how we were parented. So
Of
we're
course.
we're modeling some sort of
Yeah,
behavior,
yeah. From our
and,
parents,
and a
how
lot.
they raised us. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Mm,
And I know in my case that was a case because
mm,
I come from a very strong work ethic household where my mum and dad were just at work
okay.
every hour godsend. They were literally working 12, 14-hour days. And
Okay.
so And so my belief was that I had to work hard in order to survive in this world. And when I had my boy, he's 8 now, but when I first had him, I started to create like a business. I started to write my book, but I just, because my mindset was I had to keep busy. That
Mm,
that was my way of parenting,
yeah,
and I wasn't there for him because I was busy working and then
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to build my business. And then when everybody asked why, why aren't you spending time with your child? I said, oh, because I'm busy trying to create a life for him.
For a child,
And
yeah.
that, yeah, and that was always my argument. But then who was I kidding? I was burning out. I was so like I wasn't looking after my health because I was just work, 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 work.
Exactly.
And yeah, and then he was missing out on having a present
Mother
mother
time,
as well.
bonding. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I had a lot to unlearn. I had to unlearn that whole way of mothering. It wasn't to
Yeah,
work hard, it was
yeah.
to work enough to obviously pay the bills
Mm,
and to make something of myself. But
mm.
that shouldn't be like all my life consists of.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, again, it's so important to bring awareness to this because, yeah, because we copy, like we parent whatever feels familiar to us.
Mm,
And for some parents now, it might be that you might have been neglected or abandoned growing
mm,
up, or your
mm,
parents didn't really show you affection or
mm,
love, or that they didn't really cuddle you or tell you they love you.
mm,
And even that, we can become that parent where we're not showing our kids any emotions
mm.
because it feels odd to, because it feels very unfamiliar to do that.
Yeah.
But our kids want that, they want to feel loved, and they
Yeah,
want us to
exactly.
tell them that we love them
Yeah.
and to cuddle them. And even that, I mean, I had to relearn that way of mothering as well. So I had so much to unlearn so that I
Just
could
to
become
relent.
the,
Yeah.
the best mother.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's just, again, it's understanding these patterns of
Okay.
parenting
Yeah.
that we've been taught.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So beautiful, so beautiful. I have this question that I am based on this. I don't know, many mothers put so much pressure on themselves because they want to be a perfect mom for their children and they end up creating another kind of pressure for themselves. So what will be
Mm.
your take or be your say to such kind of a mother?
Yeah, wow. I just feel that we have to fill our own cup first. So we
Yeah.
have to take care of ourselves
Mm.
first. And, because your child doesn't need a perfect mother. What they need is a mother who is healthy and happy,
Happy.
content with herself.
Yeah.
Because look, kids, they don't. They hardly listen to us. I mean, what they're doing is they're modeling our behavior, they're modeling us. So
Mm,
we
mm,
have to be the best version of ourselves
mm,
in order to teach them how to be.
mm.
And so it's not selfish by putting yourself
Yourself
first.
first,
If you
okay?
need to, yeah, so if you need to go out and have a bit of a pamper afternoon, go and do your hair and nails.
Yeah, exactly. I tell people, I normally tell my audience that it's having a positive self-interest is not being selfish.
No,
It's
oh
not
my
being
God.
selfish because sometimes,
No.
I see a lot of mothers, what they do, they are clouded because nobody asks the mother how you doing most times. Mother have to give, they keep on giving their
Mm,
time, their attention, their love, their patience. Some mothers end up most times giving their vision just for the family,
yeah,
just for the children to be okay. And nobody asks them. That's
exactly.
why I'm coming to right now. So,
Yeah.
when mom is empty, let's talk about something mothers constantly hear. Like what you said, I jotted that. They say you need to fill your own cup. It's a very, very beautiful
Mm,
phrase, but let's be honest, sometimes mother hear this and they reflect, I need to fill my
mm,
own cup. With what time? Okay, now you are
exactly.
raising the kids, you are managing the family, you are caring for
Mm,
everyone, you're caring for your in-laws, you're taking care of your husband during the day and at night.
God.
You're still doing the same thing,
Lot.
those kind of things.
Mm,
So, what does it really mean? what does it really mean to fill your own cup? Like you said, does it really mean
Mm,
having a spa time, going for vacation, or something really
mm.
simple? What does it really mean?
Exactly that. I mean, yeah, it's definitely holidays. It can even be boundaries. So saying no to people. I
Oh,
mean,
boundaries.
that's quite
Boundaries.
hard to do. Yeah, that's quite hard to, especially when it's our families requesting us to do something or to, to be there for them. It's hard. I know it's so hard. And I've always struggled with that as well. But I've always had to make people realize that, my mental health comes first. If I'm not mentally healthy for my children, then I'm going to be shouting at them. I'm going to be angry with them. And that's not a nice way for any woman to be. And it's about us being honest and vulnerable with our family and letting them know just that you need rest. You need to go off and just go for a walk or go swimming, or
Okay.
like in my case, like my self-care is actually going to the gym.
Okay.
But yeah, and it's about actually being very, like, actually scheduling it into your diary like it's a work commitment. That's how important it is. And yeah, we all sleep. That's great. We need sleep for health, but self-care and resting is actually very different to that. And I just feel we have to be so like we have to prioritize it and be know that it's an important part
Okay.
of
Okay.
of our way of living.
Okay. All right. So
So yeah.
guys, we're hearing first off, we have to place boundaries. It's important to place boundaries at times and take a time to rest as well. Rest is very,
Mm,
very important. Okay. Normally you sleep, okay, fine. Sleep and stop overthinking. Some people, yeah, they go to bed, they sleep, but they're still like meditating, thinking a lot of things. How's tomorrow gonna be? How is this fee gonna be met, these
mm,
bills and all those kind of stuff.
yeah,
Sometimes just take a pause, have a calm of your mind, take care of your health, your well-being
mm,
should most times come first. And that doesn't mean that you are selfish. Okay, so I know we are doing just so fine, and in 7 minutes we'll be calling this a roundup. All right, so now I have this last question to share. What does a healed mom look like? Should in case
wow.
you are to pick between this woman, this mother, and this mother, how can you notice that this person is a healed mom?
Wow, yeah. So I can always tell when women are taking care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
When I know that they're putting their needs first,
Okay.
that's when I can see a healed mom, because that's when I know that they've learned the art of taking care of themselves. They've
Okay.
learned the art of not being a people pleaser
A
anymore.
people pleaser. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because when you're unhealed, then obviously it could be due to any sort of trauma or any incidences that may have affected you. Then what's happening is that we're going to be living off a very low vibrational state, and our self-esteem may be low. We might not be practicing self-love. And so what that means is that we're going to want validation from people, and that's what makes us peep into people pleasers, because we're then trying to seek the validation from
From
people that we
people.
just don't
Yeah,
feel.
that's wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
that we just don't feel ourselves.
Mm.
So a healed woman will be someone who has her own self-validation, because she
Okay.
knows how important she is and
She
how
knows how
unique she
important it is.
is.
All right. Thank you so much. This
Yeah.
is really, really
Mm.
beautiful. I know I really have learned. This has been an engaging and relearning segment for me, and I believe so to every listener and mothers out there. All right.
Mm.
So being a mother does not mean that you should totally disappear. Okay, you can live for
Mm.
your kids, it's fine, and still have your needs being met and attended to. You can, be devoted mom and still live your dreams. That doesn't mean you're disappearing. Okay, so to all
Mm.
mom, you have to understand that most time healing is not something that happens overnight. It's not magical. It's a step after a step. Okay, so that is it. You always choose yourself is the greatest gift that you as a mother can give to generations coming after you, just as Anu has told us about. So I want us to please share this episode with your friends. Okay, share this episode wherever you are listening to this with another mother that you know needs this particular topic. All right, so Anu, let's hear briefly about your books. You
Mm.
have books you wrote, or your website you want to talk
Yeah.
about with my audience? Let's have it like two
Oh,
minutes.
thank you. Oh, no problem. So, Victim to Victor is my book, which was
Okay.
published in 2020. And that is all about not only my life journey of overcoming trauma, but it also becomes a self-help guide as well for people to learn about the techniques that help me to heal. So it is a four-part book, and it is available on like Amazon mainly because yeah, obviously Amazon's available worldwide. And yeah, so do go ahead and order that if you would like to find out more about my journey. And yeah, I've also written chapters in books as well. And you know, one of the books is called Dauntless, and that's available via a link from my website. And that's
Okay.
about many different different authors who share their journeys of how they became dauntless. You know, how they regain the power to see them through their struggles and of highly successful beings now. So
All
yeah,
right.
that's an inspirational book.
Okay, that was very, very beautiful and quick. All right, I know. What I want you to do for me is after now, you can revert to me via my email, momziba@gmail.com. Okay,
Yeah.
revert to me your book links, or if you can create an affiliate link for me at Momziba so I
Mhm.
can share with my audience. Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
then I can also put it on my website. All right, so guys, we have been on Mom Ziba Talks Daily Podcast and have been talking with you, Mom Ziba, your host. And for our books, Mom Ziba has also dropped another book titled When Over Understanding Becomes Your Undoing, and the Boyishness in the Man is currently on Amazon and author's website. You can get it from them. All right, so I know this has to come to a roundup right now. I'm still gonna have another time with you if you permit me, if that will be okay. Maybe some other time
Yeah.
within September, if that will be okay with you.
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank
Okay.
you. I'd love that. Yeah.
Okay, because it's gonna be kind of a roundtable talk with a lot of my guests from different countries where we have to
Wow.
debate and talk about some important topic. I'll definitely write to
Brilliant.
you so that I'll give you how the
Wonderful.
team ought to go.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. I love the work that you're doing. You're incredible.
Thank you
Oh,
so
keep
much,
shining.
Annie. It's beautiful having an exciting person like you.
Oh, thank you.
But definitely, I'll have you drop your contact, your number via the email so I can also add you
Yeah.
to the group. Is that okay?
Oh, perfect. Yeah, will
Good,
do. Will do.
good. Thank
Indeed.
you.
Thank
So
you.
we've come to a close of Momsiba Talks. Till next time, remain good, keep relearning, and keep being your best self. Thank you so much, Anu. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.